Hi guys, and welcome to Raphalina's American Girl Doll channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a comparison of the different American Girl dolls with blue eyes that I have in my collection. Shown here, there are 7 different dolls, and I'll go through them. This will be part of a series. I'll also look at green and hazel eyes and brown eyes as separate videos. And this is just the dolls in my collection that have blue or gray eyes. And I thought it would be useful going from the grayest eyes of Molly from the 35th anniversary collection through to Nellie and Truly Me, I think a 74 boy doll who have the deepest blue tones. And something I noticed as part of this video is that Nellie has like slightly darker skin tone than a Truly Me 74 from 2019, so that's important to notice. I think Truly Me 74 is supposed to be closer to Blair, but I do show kind of a brief comparison at the end of this video. And it looks like Truly Me 74 is a little darker than Blair, but then lighter than some of these other dolls. So it's just important to look at, different dolls in different people's collection, because there can definitely be batch effects in terms of skin tone, colors, in terms of eye color and hair color and so forth. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in this video on going through all the different blue eyes I have in this collection. And I'll keep on loving dolls. Hi guys, and welcome to Raphalina's American Girl Doll channel. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review and comparison of American Girl blue eyes. And this is going to be part of a theme. I'm thinking of doing each color eye, like hazel, green, brown, blue, and so forth. And in this video, we're going to do blue. I have 7 dolls with different color blue eyes. Some of them have very, very similar blue eyes. Molly technically has gray, but I decided to include her in this video. Caroline has sea green, and she'll be included in with the green video. There's a little bit of a nuance there, but I wanted to show kind of the variation between kind of the light blue and then the dark blue. And American Girl on their website does release 2 in the Create Your Own section that are different color blue eyes, and maybe this video will help figuring out which ones those go to. I'm not entirely sure if the which is dark versus light. I can make my assessment, but a lot of these dolls are older dolls, and so therefore the exact coloring of their eye may differ. So anyway, let's get into this video. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the grayer eyes and then move to the deeper kind of blue, which my boy Truly Me, I believe he's 74. I think he has kind of the darkest blue. Him and Nellie have darker blue, and Mary Grace and Molly have kind of the grayer eyes. So we're going to start with them. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with these 3. So I'm going to start with Molly and then Marie Grace and then Grace, as kind of the progression of eye color here, as I thought this would be a neat video. So here is Molly. Hers are very gray. If you can see the kind of richness of those eyes in terms of the color. They're not exactly like a bluish color, but there's definitely a gray kind of palishness to them. Marie Grace is more of a vibrant, I would say like a light blue color. And when you look at them kind of both in the same frame, you can see that Marie Grace's eyes are definitely a little bit on the lighter side, but they still have this bluish grayish undertone, and by that you can probably see it more easily when I compare Marie Grace to Grace. So Grace's have a brighter blue, so we'll zoom in on Grace to show you those eyes. There's definitely like a blue quality to them, a really pretty blue quality. And then with Marie Grace, there's a blue there that isn't there in the Molly eyes, but there is a gray there as well. And it kind of almost, in some shots, Marie Grace almost looks like she has green eyes. And again, she was paired with Cecile, which is one of my adopt dolls that I want to get, that I'm going to link to in the description. But Cecile actually had hazel eyes, but you can see them kind of here. So Molly definitely has gray, the most gray of them all. Marie Grace, I would almost say it's an in-between of a gray and a blue, and Grace I think is more of a sort of a pure blue. So I'm gonna take Molly out and kind of progress through the colors of blue as I see them. So I decided to add two more lovely ladies here, Kirsten and Courtney. I couldn't decide, so while Marie Grace, I've moved Molly out. Molly definitely gray. Marie Grace has a grayish color and Grace has a blue color. But Grace just kind of has that downward tilted head, at least my Grace does. So we're gonna kind of pivot to Kirsten and Courtney. And we'll first look at Kirsten versus Grace. Kirsten, her bangs are just a little flippy. Kirsten kind of looks dead on the camera, right? Her neck isn't kind of tilted at all, but her eye color looks pretty much the same as Grace, in my opinion, but there is kind of a deeper quality to the blue than Grace had. So Grace has a very bright blue. Marie Grace has a grayish, greenish tint to her blue. And again, Marie Grace is the only doll with the Marie Grace face mold. So sometimes face molds can mess you up a little bit in terms of eye color. But Kirsten's are kind of a little darker. I'm going to zoom out so you can see Marie Grace, Kirsten in the same thing. Kirsten's eyes are, I think, a little bit of a darker quality. They're definitely not gray, and I'll just show Molly kind of below here. Molly's eyes are definitely gray and Kirsten's are definitely blue. But the depth of deepness of the blue color is definitely deeper for Kirsten. And I also have Courtney here because Courtney's eyes are also very vibrant. But wasn't sure which of the lineup to put her next. So Courtney might make more sense near Grace because hers are deeper blue. But there's also kind of a deepness to Courtney's eyes that isn't there in Grace's. So Grace's is definitely a lighter blue color, and Courtney's is definitely a darker blue. And Kirsten over here is a little bit less dark, I think, than Courtney. Let me see if I can get them in the same frame and for it to even focus. Kirsten's are a little bit lighter than Courtney's. Courtney's are a little deeper. So my lineup would have Kirsten next to Grace, and then we'll move on to Courtney. And you may disagree slightly. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this video. I'm gonna keep moving them along and we'll get through 2 more dolls. Okay, so I've added on Nellie here. So again, and I've removed Marie Grace. So now Grace has the lightest blue eyes in this 4. And then we go to the deeper blue, Kirsten, which is a brand new doll. And Courtney is also very, very new. Courtney has a slightly deeper blue than Kirsten, and you can kind of see that there in that shot. A little bit of a richer color blue, which I think makes Courtney a little bit more comparable to Nellie. Now Nellie is an older doll, and her eyes are actually, I don't know, sometimes they don't look like they're pointed straight, but her eyes are actually a deeper blue color, meant to be purposely deep. So American Girl releases on the Create Your Own line 2 types of blue eyes, a light blue and a dark blue. I would say Nellie's are definitely the dark blue kind, and then like Marie Grace is definitely the kind of the lighter blue kind. But there's definitely a bunch of little like shades in between, and maybe it's manufacturing slight differences between the eyes, and that's why I'm doing this comparison video. So you can definitely see here in this comparison of Courtney and Nellie that Nellie's eyes are a little bit darker blue. And I have one more blue-eyed doll in my lineup, which is the Boy Truly Me, I think it's 74. And so one more doll to compare. So I'll remove Grace because she's the lightest, and then as we kind of progress through these different blue-eyed dolls. And again, this is just kind of for collectors. if you're interested in the different kinds of blue eyes that American Girl releases. I'm going to do this for hopefully for each type of eye color. So green, hazel, brown, that's my plan anyway. Among the dolls in my collection, you may have different dolls in your collection. Some of this could be the, the batch that it was released in. Dolls like clothing, if there's a particular batch, it might be a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, and that's just manufacturing variation. But there's definitely some intentional variation as well, is what I'm trying to get at. So there's definitely at least 2 eye colors that are blue that American Girl releases, a light blue and a dark blue. There's also the gray, so they officially release, I think, on Create Your Own 3 different colors, but there's definitely a little bit more variation here in this video, which is what the purpose of this video is. So let me get to the last doll. Okay, so now I've added Truly Me 74 over here on the side. He's definitely a blue-eyed doll. Let me zoom in kind of on him. See if it will register to see those beautiful blue eyes. They're definitely blue, in case you're in doubt. They are blue. They definitely have a darkish undertone to them. So that's why we're going to zoom in, and you can look at. So Kirsten and Courtney, I think, have the most similar. And Courtney, for some reason, looking down a little bit. So let me just tilt her a little bit up, and Kirsten's gonna fall over. So there's Kirsten and Courtney. We'll move over. Nellie definitely is the darker blue-eyed tone than Courtney, and I think hers are the similar of the deep blue eyes that Truly Me 74, the boy doll here, is supposed to have. But he is a newer doll. Like Nellie is 2008 Mattel American Girl version, and Truly Me 74 is, I think, was released maybe in 2019. I may be wrong, could be 2018. But his eyes are the new eyes that people talk about, and they've actually changed the new eyes a little bit and to make them a little better. But his has the white piece to the eye. You can see that. I didn't mind him. I have, I think, maybe 2 dolls. Truly Me 55, I think, has it. He has it. I didn't do an eye swap on them because it didn't matter that much to me for some reason. I think his skin pigment is also a lighter skin pigment, maybe closer to Blair's. Because I'm noticing that him near Nellie, like, Nellie was the oldest, lightest skin tone, and there's definitely a lighter complexion to Truly Me 74, so I think he might be the Blair skin tone. I'm not sure completely, but again, American Girl does mess a little bit with their pigments, and you can see that a little bit too if you look at the hands. I think it's very apparent when you look at their hands. And actually, I just grabbed Blair because I think this would be useful to look at her hand versus them. Blair, I think, is very close to Truly Me 74 in terms of pigment, but there is a yet again perhaps a lighter tone to her complexion than Truly Me 74. I'm not completely sure what quite is going on there, but that's what's kind of cool about having an American Girl doll collection. There's just so much variability among the dolls. You would never really realize this till you're actually collecting and getting different outfits for them and looking at them together, and there actually is a lot of variation. Even Nellie and Courtney definitely should be same tone, and there's definitely a little bit of a variability there in terms of the skin tone. So that's just an FYI. Nellie and Truly Me 74 are the deeper blue, and it almost, like, their color blue only comes out as blue in certain lighting, certain shots. So if you have Nellie and you have Truly Me 74, just bear that in mind. You might need, like, really good powerful lighting to actually pull out that their eyes are blue. Otherwise, they will often wash out as like a brownish color. And so sometimes in some shots, they'll almost look like they have hazel eyes because there's just not enough lighting to pull out that quality of the blue. That's why I also brought, Truly Me 74 closer, because when he's closer, with the lighting and stuff, you can see that they're blue and you can see the bluish quality of them. But when he's further away, it does definitely pan out a little bit and wash out a little bit. Whereas Courtney's eyes and Kirsten tend to have a powerful blue almost no matter what the shot is, and definitely Grace as well. And Grace, I would say that Molly having those gray eyes also can get washed out too as well, depending on your lighting. So just, I thought this would be a useful, informative video for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you have other types of blue-eyed dolls, and if you've also noticed a significant amount of variation in terms of the eye color. And please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And see you again in the next video. Thanks. Bye.